is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Al in Homosassa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Isn't it wonderful? This gentleman here with the gold report, right before the market fell apart, ended up with PAAS. We had a 98% gain in a year. And, I mean, you weren't 99% proof like Irish whiskey, but we had a good gain there. You always told us to do what we feel comfortable with. And if I lose a little bit of money on the table, I will. But I know that I just pocketed $8,000 or $9,000 in 2 weeks.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are and what the needs of your mind are. And what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women. Some will make a good match for you and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key and a lock. A match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 138. NASDAQ is up 51. S&P is off 5.5. Gold contract up $9.20, trading at $19.01 an ounce. We got silver up 15 cents, $28.05 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 42 cents. $69.20 a barrel, notes and bonds. The 10-year down 3 ticks, 133.01. The 30-year down 8 at 158.26. Now, both the 10 and the 30, folks, peaked their head above their whole consolidation on Friday and had big volume. That's saying to me you're going to break out. So you're at 1.56 right now on the 10-year. What is that saying? That's saying higher price, lower yields. Hard to believe. I get it. But guess what? They're buying it. King dollar. King dollar's down 175 ticks, trading at 89.962. The euro's at 121. The yen's at 109. The British pound's at 141 to 1 U.S. dollar. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave Mazda. Dave is the head of product and a managing director at Direction Shares. And there's no better time, folks, than right now. Let me tell you something. Because even over the weekend, I'm thinking about, okay, we got inflation. My take is inflation's raging out here. That being said, though, guess what? That's a little bit harder to figure out, okay, where are we going to go with inflation? What is not harder, however, though, as you come over to the Direction website, is the $4 trillion trade. Dave Mazda, welcome back to TFNN.
Hey, happy to be back.
So picture this, Dave, right? You're too young to remember inflation. I remember inflation, but I just barely do when this was happening, okay? So all weekend long, man, I'm hunting, like, okay, you know, yeah, hard assets, inflation, all that. But anyway, I get over to your website, and I say, you know, the heck with inflation, because something that is really out here that we know is out here, and this is right on the Direction website, folks. It's the $4 trillion trade, and it is infrastructure and transportation, right? I mean, this is here now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what we find interesting is obviously they're interconnected. People are saying if you're going to spend all this money, then you'll get even more inflation. But to your point, let's set that aside. What we do know is these are live negotiations. But what we're hearing, you don't need to be a Washington insider. You can read your favorite newspaper. They're going to get something done if they have to go at it alone, the Democrats, it is, even without the Republicans. President Biden is committed to this. It was part of the campaign. There's some real need on the infrastructure side. I think everyone can agree the bridges, the tunnels, the roads need to get done. But what he's talking about is this much broader sense of infrastructure. So we're seeing opportunities in the 5G space and the communication side, building out broadband. There's opportunities with healthcare to build that out. So this infrastructure package is much broader than it was historically. And the trades that can come out of it are not just kind of your traditional industrials, materials, et cetera, even though they are there too.
No, there's no doubt. And folks, as you're over there, so you get a couple symbols. You get DUSL, which ends up being the industrials.
Yes.
You have TPOR, which is the transportations. You know what is really cool about these, Dave? You're talking about big established companies that actually can be growing pretty dramatically when we're talking about the kind of money that we're talking about. And I think no matter, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, I think everyone knows we need infrastructure, period. Okay, so I agree that something's going to be done here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And so, we're already starting to see it with some of the moves that that are happening in T4. Again, that's your bull side of transportation, because that's an area that, to your point, has been underinvested in under this broader framework of infrastructure. The beneficiaries are going to be found in there, along with your traditional industrial side. But look at what we're seeing even with biotech today, with Labu and LabD.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of extra, unbelievable performance, a lot of trading volume, because, again, this Alzheimer's drug, I think that's what's getting the attention here. But they're going to be, if you go through the package, it's all on the website. They're going to be diverting money to more of these treatments. And what we found with these mRNA vaccines with the COVID, with fighting the COVID virus, you can apply that to tons of other diseases and things. So the money that's going to start flowing into those areas is really robust. Even though biotech's had an unbelievable run, we're just at an interesting juncture here that for traders can take advantage of some of these moves coming out of Washington.
There's no doubt. And what had happened out here today, folks, okay, just in case you're just in your car coming home from work, the bottom line is that Biogen, got okayed by the FDA for an Alzheimer's drug. And as Dave was talking about LabU is the bull, direction, 300% leveraged product. And you can see these are always sweet, Dave, when you built a base and then they're coming off a base, which the bottom line is that we're coming off the base. So and the same type of deal, meaning that we have large companies that are inside here that are basically just getting going in the aspect of, basically helping people, hopefully in this particular case, that disease is a terrible disease.
Yeah, exactly. And look, to your point, Biogen might not be the biggest healthcare company, but it's not just some focus on some experimental drugs and some rare disease. Right. Some of those names are going to be in that basket too, but what we're seeing here is this opportunity set. And your point, if you look at the technicals, in a lot of these spaces, we certainly know there's been a rotation from rotation, but biotech, even some of the outperformance of the NASDAQ today, I find interesting relative to the broader market, that, again, maybe we're finding ourselves a bit of a floor in some of these growthier names that were just kind of sold off in unison when people moved away from big cap tech, giving some opportunities in areas that still are growth, but maybe not just your Microsoft, Googles, Amazons of the world.
Yeah, it's certainly an exciting time to be alive. There's no doubt about it. Well, listen, man, thank you so much for the great education. And folks, you're on our website, just hit the direction banner. You're going to be able to see. And it's very exciting, Dave, that we have, bottom line, that infrastructure, transportation trade. That's something that's going to go on for quite a while, man. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. I encourage everybody to take a look at that article because Tom's point is the right one.
Have a great one, Dave. Have a safe one.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 144. You get the Nasdaq up 67. S&P's up 4.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White. And don't forget, folks, every trading day, Dave's got an outstanding show, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, as well as the Tech Insider. The Path of Least Resistance, however, our man Dave White is going to be doing a webinar coming up on the 16th of June. 4 to 5 p.m. We're going to let Dave tell you all about the webinar, but I know this webinar is only 2 days before option expiration. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, I want to go back in the way back machine to when I heard somebody on the air tell me that they paid a couple of tuitions to college on trading options expiration on the OEX.
Exactly.
Circa 2001, 2002,
right,
and 3. And there's just, if you can get it right, and you wait for the fastball down the center of the plate, how much and how good these trades can be with a little bit of risk and a huge amount of reward.
There's no doubt. And what you hope for, folks, many times when Dave's talking like this, is you hope like there's a huge amount of movement on the Wednesday before the Friday or on the Tuesday. It doesn't matter, right? You know what I mean? Or in this case, man, this is going to be really wild because, like, are we going to lay right at the highs? Who knows? But, yeah, talk to us about what you're going to be teaching, Dave.
Well, we're going to go through all the different things that I use to put together a trade. We had a really good one in AMD going into options expiration last month. But how you put all the different things together, sometimes you can look at 1,000 different indicators and all it does is confuse you. You can go with one and it's kind of hit or miss. I like to think of it as kind of an ensemble. You got 4 or 5 good players together, and they get to playing real well together, and you've got a jazz ensemble, and you kind of go with what moves you. You're not stuck with the idea that you start with. The music can kind of move from then. But I like to call it kind of a jazzy ensemble of the indicators that I use to put together the trade, which are things like the options expiration chart. And if you figure out where the most amount of money is going to be lost, it gives you kind of a good idea. I take that a lot further. In fact, the first big article I presented was Christmas of 2004 in stocks and commodities.
I remember that. That was so cool.
Setting strike price at probability and expiration.
Yep.
And a lot of the stuff still holds The difference is that there really isn't an OE extra trade, so the numbers have kind of changed. But they all kind of track back in, and we'll go through that. There's some other things that we'll be handling. Let me find it here.
Well, and you know what's so cool, folks? What's so cool about the option market that Dave does? So picture, we're in the probability business, and of course, inside the option market, you have premiums and you have decay. What we're talking here, though, is we're realistically talking that Dave's going to be doing this on a Wednesday, and he's going to be trading the Friday options. But you're going to learn so much, because the fact of the matter is that, yeah, there'll be a lot of them that are at the money, but then when Dave puts this together, as I just said, he's going to know where the options are. He uses his power vector, and that makes a huge difference. So over the course of the years, Dave, it's pretty cool how you built on top of the aspect, and I feel like we always seem to have an edge. I mean, because of the fact that, good, you can get the options, but then, okay, we're looking at the rest of this to say, okay, hey, man, I think we got a little edge here.
Right. And two, you can find options for a quarter or 20 cents. And if you're right just 50% of the time, if you get one that's a quarter and goes to $1, you've got pretty much the makings of a long-term strategy that, you're not winning a little bit all the time, but when you are winning, you're winning so much that you go way out in front. And that's kind of my model. I want to try to be as right as I can, but I know that maybe I'm going to be right 50% of the time. But like last month, I'll have options at maybe at 60 cents average that go to $3. And those are the ones where you can really figure out that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be right on the long term. And it's kind of turning the stock market on its head, where you're the house now. And of course, they're the people coming in and betting at the last minute. So you get kind of a really nice risk reward, but you have to pick your battles. You have to be a rifle, not a shotgun, and figure out how to do those. But yeah, everything from my power law vector indicator, which in last month I was looking for a few things, and my sector oscillators. They showed a bottom in the SMHs. I found AMD, and it was also making some really good pictures. I thought it was going to go to 78 to 80. It went in like the 78.50 or something, but we were able to buy starting at around $75 and under, down to about $73, the 75 calls. And of course, it went up to 78.30 or something like that. So, you get 60 cents, you turn it into close to $3. You can be wrong the next couple of times and still make a lot of good money. But you've got to know how it all starts. And it starts on this Wednesday with everybody going delta neutral. That's when option market makers start hedging all their bets to make sure they don't lose their shirts.
Yes.
Because it now costs them more money than normally they would make. So it's kind of, I say it's kind of like an arms dealer starts selling arms to both sides because he doesn't want the war to be over.
They can kill us. No, I'm with you.
He wants to continue it on.
That's right.
But that, and of course, I have some other proprietary stuff. Let me get it here. I wanted to pop it up. I have what are called options expiration charts.
Yes.
And not only the number that they point at, but the way that they point at it in the forms. There's about 8 major patterns that I look at. And they'll tell you whether or not you should look at that as more of a range, or this thing's really pointing to pin at expiration. In fact, we talked a lot about it on Friday shows about Apple pinning over and over every option expiration to within, a lot of times, 20 cents of the biggest loss that there could be. And that's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for a good indication that the option market makers, people involved in the market, want to push this thing around a little bit because there's so much money to be made. Right now on the S&P 500, a minimum of $2 billion is going to be paid out right now at expiration. Now, that'll move around. They'll start buying and selling them, and that number will move. But that really starts on Wednesday when they go delta neutral. And from then on, you can start seeing what the option market makers believe. And of course, they're the best traders that there are on Wall Street. If they weren't, they'd be broke.
And folks, it's very easy to come into this workshop. You're going to come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see right under featured content, the path of least resistance. You just hit that button. You can get the path for 1 month for $119, 6 months for $599, a year for $985. They all come with a 30-year money-back guarantee. Bottom line, just get in, get the newsletter. It's a great newsletter. You're going to get a great education. And if you want to understand how Dave looks at the option market, it's really cool, man. Been doing it a long time, and you're always looking for an edge. Dave, thank you so much. Have a great one, safe one. We look forward to show tomorrow.
Good enough.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down 128. Nasdaq's up 69. S&Ps are down 3.5. Let's go to where am I? Mark in Fort Collins. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom. Let's talk ABCs.
I want to hear it, man. Let me hear it. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. So both the SPYs and the Qs broke their swing from June 1st on Friday, which was June 4th. The problem I'm seeing is they did break those swings, but if you go more over to the left on the chart, they're still going against heavier volume coming down.
Right.
Talk to me.
So what happens here is this, folks, is that a definition of an ABC structure on the way up would be that you don't have volume on the way down, which there's no doubt, Mark. That being said, the bottom line is that I think we're going to break topside. I know, it's like what we did Friday, is 55 million. You're going into 60, 81, doesn't have enough juice. We'll see how this shakes out. So it still wouldn't be a confirmed ABC structure in the way up because of the way the volume did come down. That's how that basically shakes out. That being said, and where I'm going with this, folks, okay, yes, if you left me on Friday, I was going where we should have at least a retracement. I'm not there, and I'm not there in a monster way. And the reason I'm not there is that my take is that we have inflation raging, not just small. And if that's the case, and this is speculation, my speculation is that, market's going to go up, real estate's going up, gold's going up, silver, any type of hard asset, folks, is going higher, man. And there's just so much money out here, man. It's sick. I mean, it's, so.
Could you have time to look at one more?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
GDRX, looking at a swing that got broken on 528, 2 days later on 602. It's a decent size ABC app. Let me know what you think about that.
So is this operates a digital healthcare platform, right? Is that it?
Yeah, they do give out coupons for prescriptions. It brings the price way down.
Okay, cool. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so you get an ABC here. Yeah. Okay, so what he's looking at, you broke the B point. That's 39.33. Well, that's a nice one, too, up from 26. So even, let's call that 27. 37, they get $12, which gets you 35, 45, 47. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get some flack at 41, but 47's game, man. Yeah.
Those are my two targets, is 41 and then 47.
Yeah,
Sounds
man.
Good.
I mean, so here, let me ask you, what do you think about what I just said?
Oh, I think you're spot on. I mean, I've got buddies who pulled out of building houses because of the cost of the materials.
Yeah.
And they're just going and looking for existing homes to buy. It's
and see, okay, so this is really cool. Okay, so this is
more expensive.
This is really important. What Mark just said, folks. Okay, no matter where you are in the country, if you believe that inflation's actually coming, just as Mark said, he had builders that pulled out of buying new ones and going getting an old one. That would be the move. Because the reason that's the move, folks, okay, is that what happens is that all of that material is already bought and you're buying the house. I mean, right now, let me tell you, man, my head is raging. I commit, and you get a picture. Well, I think most of you know me by now. Once I'm onto something, forget it, man. I mean, I'm going to be freaking crazy. So what has happened is that I'm driving in this morning. I'm saying to myself, okay, man, I'm buying everything. Doesn't matter. And I already own a lot, folks. So it's like, okay, I'm buying everything anyway. Okay, because I'm convinced, and I'm convinced not because of what's been out there. I'm convinced just in my own dealings every single day with everyone. There is so much money out there, it's insane. And, and that's what happens in inflation. And the prices have gone up dramatically. Not, when we start talking 2%, I'm seeing, you're seeing prices across the board 20, 30% like nothing. It's like, you got to be kidding me. So, and people are paying it, they're paying it, so.
So the guy had a $500,000 lot, and it was going to cost him 1.5 to build on it. He thought it was going to cost him like 1.1.
Yep.
So he got out of his lot, and he went out and bought the same size home on a similar size property for like 1.4. And
so smart.
Saved himself $600,000 and got a similar house that was already there. Didn't have to deal with the headache of building.
Right, and those are the things, folks. Okay, so picture this. All of us, the last time inflation was here, everyone was at the most 20 years old, 22 years old, whatever that is, okay, folks? The bottom line is that you want to start thinking about, and I appreciate that for the feedback you're giving us right now, man, because that is a beauty, what you were just talking about, Mark, because it's a replacement cost, folks, and I can guarantee you at the beginning of this, when I say the beginning of it, the first year, there's people that aren't going to be on to it, man. They're going to still think that prices are expensive. And listen, the bottom line, prices are expensive, but guess what? That dollar, and it's not just the dollar, by the way, it's every currency in the world is going south because the amount of bread that is out here, bread's just worth less money. That's what it really comes down to. So if bread's worth less money, if money's worth less money, the bottom line is that things that really matter, that you're building on any type of hard asset, is worth more money. It's going to be a ride here. It's going to be pretty wild watching this shake. Mark, it blows my mind that I'm even saying that the market's going topside again. I'm telling you, but it looks to me like this is it, man. And I think it's going to be a real leg up too. That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? And if it is, I think that's going to be the first. That's saying, okay, this is inflation, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
pretty wild.
All right, Juan.
Cooking, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities. Well, first off, you had Biogen out here today. This is going to be, this is a controversial play, folks. The bottom line is that what had happened with Biogen is that the FDA first rejected their Alzheimer's deal. Then, bottom line, they put it through today. It went all the way up to 468. It's trading at that 391 right now. Bottom line, it's a breakthrough. There's no doubt about that when you're talking. When you're looking at the equity and the bottom line, it's a terrible disease. And so, you can see pushing out a huge amount of revenue. There's no doubt about that. And Biogen's revenue has been going down, not going up. 5 years ago, they took in $12.3 billion. This year, they took in $10.6. And you'll start seeing that going back up with this type of drug that's in the marketplace. Our next guest out here, this is going to be really cool, folks. Our next guest out here, we have a huge development that's going on in St. Petersburg, Florida, 85 acres. And there's 2 finalists that are out there. We happen to be lucky enough to get one of the finalists on. Our man, Dean Warhoft. He's going to walk us through their development. It's Midtown Development. And, we're just talking about inflation. This is a person that has huge amount of experience, folks, inside of the development field. I mean, you're talking about billions and billions of dollars that this man and his company has put through. Miami is the last one. I believe he's still doing it in Miami. Stay right there, folks. Dean's going to be coming right back with us.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial's down 147. NASDAQ is up 56. S&Ps are off 6.5. Our guest today, folks, is Dean Warhaft. Dean has a huge amount of development experience. In the city of St. Pete, folks, we have 85 acres. We're down to 2 developers, one Midtown, the other Sugar Hill. Dean is highly involved with Midtown development. I want to welcome our man, Mr. Dean Warhaft, to TFNN. Dean, welcome to TFNN.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. So here, great. I mean, this is pretty incredible, just in general, what you do, meaning the developments are so large. So tell us about Midtown and tell us what you're looking to do in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Sure. It's a big question.
It is. I know. Trust me.
You know, there's not many times in your professional career when you get an opportunity like what the Trop site is.
Yes.
And you know, we're fortunate enough that we've done something that's very similar in Midtown Miami before, where it was the old Buena Vista rail yard. So it was a brownfield site, meaning an environmental site.
Yes.
That was in the urban core of Miami, and essentially it was kind of the hole in the proverbial donut, much like the Tropicana field site. And in working our way through the transformation of that site, which initially was 55 acres, and then over time we acquired some additional pieces, like another piece known as the Chiquita Banana site, which was actually the packaging and shipping warehouses for Chiquita Banana.
Okay.
Because this was all along where the railroad used to run, Flagler Railroad. The site continued to grow eventually to where now it is approximately 85 acres worth of land. And it's a site that had 0 occupants when Midtown Miami was started. And, 20 years later, there's over 6,000 people that live in Midtown. And the important thing is not just about Midtown and what it did, but you have the design district, you have Wynwood, which is the Wynwood Walls, a really popular and famous art area. You have the Edge district, Edgewater rather.
Yes.
So you have all these other areas that have grown out of the growth and organically continued to prosper because of what we were able to do in Midtown. That's an important aspect as you talk about the Trop site, because it's not just about the Trop site. The Trop site itself at 86 acres is only a minuscule, it's less than 1% of all of St. Petersburg. So it's what it means, it's what it can create that's important. And so having done that before in another place here in Florida and understanding how you grow something that becomes a benefit to everybody, and that there's a lot of community input from day one until day 10,000, that's really what city building is about. And like I started off by saying, this is a unique experience where we're fortunate enough to be in the running, to be able to get to do it twice in our professional careers, as opposed to only once or never at all.
And folks, okay, you can see the job they did. It's midtownmiami.com, and it's gorgeous. So check it out, midtownmiami.com. So let me ask you, it's incredible, and I've watched this whole thing come down because I'm a developer down here myself, all right? So it gets really intriguing. How do you deal, there's 2 years left, how do you deal with a project that this is this big? Then you got to deal with the politics of it. Then you got to deal with the neighborhoods. What are the like to you the hardest parts of dealing with all of this? I know. I'm giving you big questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's good. I think probably the most difficult thing is that let me start by saying this. Whenever you're dealing with a project that's this large, yes, it's always a public-private partnership. It doesn't matter who owns the land.
Yes.
That's irrelevant. Ultimately, you have to work with the community. You have to work with the local, state, and sometimes federal government in order to make the project successful. There's just no other way. The difference is that in this particular instance, when you're dealing with a parcel that is currently a municipally owned parcel, that there's another party who's involved that we have no communication with yet, which is the Rays.
Yes.
It creates a lot of uncertainties that are out of our control, quite frankly. That in a typical private seller, private buyer situation, the person with the largest checkbook generally gets the property.
Okay.
And that's the end of it. That's definitely not the case here, and that's fine, because all those other factors would be just as important anyways. The community outreach, the working with the government, the working with local businesses, all of those types of aspects would be important otherwise. But there's, on top of that, there's still just this uncertainty that we don't know, none of us know if we'll actually make it to a finish line.
Yes, which is so impressive. And folks, okay, I'll have both of these so you can see how extensive these proposals are. What is amazing to me, well, let me ask you this. Like, the extension, the proposal is so extensive, right? Like, in order to get to that point in your life, how did you get there? I mean, I know you did this once, but it's really extensive, man. It's pretty cool.
So this particular project is a little different in the sense that my partner Alex Vidya and I, that he's the owner of Midtown Development, and we actually started working on this in the beginning of 2018.
Okay.
So long before there was actually an RFP.
Yes.
A request for proposals for people who don't speak developer language. We actually we identified the site. We went and we started researching the proposals that were put together in 2007 when the city went through a similar process.
Yes.
And then we started going out and speaking to community leaders, finding out who the right consultants were to work with in order to try and put this together. So we've actually been at this now for almost 4 years at this point. I mean, we're getting close to 4 years because we're already halfway through 2021.
Well, listen, congratulations. I hate to cut it short. Unfortunately, I'd love to have you back on again. Because I think you've done a phenomenal job, man. I mean, the amount of work that's put in and the amount of risks that you take is phenomenal in order to make the city better. Dean, thank you so much for being with us, and I look forward to having you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
All right, you too.
Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks, and we're going to definitely get Dean back on. When you see the amount of work that they've done, it's just so freaking cool, folks. Dow's up. Dow's down 129. Nasdaq is up 65. S&Ps are off 3. We had a question in the den, and what the question was is that in the real estate market, what happens when all the various foreclosures and eviction moratoriums get lifted? Will there be more homes coming onto the market for sale? My take on that, folks, is that those homes, if people want to sell them, they're going to be gone. And they're not going into foreclosure. I mean, the bottom line, I know. Well, I guess in different cities it's different, but I can tell you. Down in Florida, around here, the bottom line is that the most you get on any site on this particular day is 2 or 3, and the bottom line is that they're going. Sometimes you might want your house to go on foreclosure because the bottom line is you'll end up getting it overbid anyway. So that's. And in fact, Dave just sent over to me VNQ. This gets interesting too. We were just talking about it because VNQ is the Vanguard Real Estate ETF. Let's see what's inside of it, because this is breaking out to new highs. So you got Crown Castle, ProLogic. So this is interesting. So you got a lot of different. We'll get into this more. Companies that are in the real estate business, and this is breaking topside, and it very well could be an ABC structure up. It's going to need, let's see, 300,000 more shares to be an ABC up. But guess what? It just did 100,000, so it probably can do it. If it's an ABC up, it's going to be 103.94. What did I say? 103.94.63. 7, so 108, and right now you're at 103. Bottom line, inflation's coming at us, man. What a trip this is. This is going to be something else. We're all going to get a freaking education on this one. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows, and whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Everything we need, folks, is right inside us. Thanks for joining us. Come back tomorrow morning. Please tell your friends about TFNN. Tell them to go to YouTube, search TFNN. Tommy kicks us off 9 in the morning. Great show. Go get them, folks.